Hey guys, welcome back to Diecast Reviews. Subject review on Winford Bradford Rutherford, or the RPM Eraser, in other words, from Cars 1. This is the Thailand variant of him, released in 2025. Very nice release. Of course, love the Piston Cup racers. Love the Cars 1 Piston Cup racers especially. So, interesting to take a look at this Thailand variant. I've been needing a replacement for my Chinese Winford Bradford Rutherford that I've had since 2007 or whenever it was first released. So, nice to get a look at this one. I do like the card art, actually. This is a really nice card art. On the back, we got some other Cars 1 releases. Billy Oilchanger and Dave Alternator. Or Dave Apex, there's two names for him. I'm not sure which one's more correct. And have some townies, of course, really nice. There's the back of the card. I will say, the 2025 lineup, not the best. We only got two kind of new releases in the main line, and one of them's from Cars on the Road, the other one's from Cars 1, and then a lot of the kind of rally rescue things that are going to be coming out throughout the course of this year. But the main line itself, with the main releases, not that interesting. Some the re-releases are okay, but not too exciting. But yeah, so not the best main line, but it's nice to get some Piston Cup racers, of course. And Winford Bradford Rutherford, RPM. RPM's kind of an iconic sponsor, one of the first ones released back in, like I said, 2007. Got a collar, got a crew chief, got a pity, so pretty cool. But yeah, enough talking. Let's get Winford here out of the package. So here is Winford out of the box. He does look really cool. I've always enjoyed the RPM racers, RPM Cars 1 racer. Always looked really cool, and nice to have him out in the flesh again. So start with just, I guess, the hood here. RPM there, you can see, nice logo. Nighttime backfire suppressant. Kind of funny sponsor there. But there you go. Mustache, of course, there. Got the kind of typical Cars 1 racer expression for this model. Headlights there, or stickers for the headlights, I guess. Let's go to the side, number 64. I'm not sure how they chose these numbers. I'm going to assume they were kind of random, or, kind of random, or whoever designed this exact car got to pick the number they wanted. I don't think it means anything as far as I'm aware, but there you go, 64. Lots of contingency sponsors on the side there. Looks really cool. I like the rims with the blue and then the kind of yellow trim there. Yellow outline. Really nice. I really do like the design here as well. You got the yellow, of course, and you've got some orange and blue. They look nice together. You've got the orange kind of goes over the wheel well down and kind of on the bottom there. And you've got a nice little blue stripe kind of along the side there. Looks really, really cool. I like the font for the 64 there. Kind of the way it kind of bends over itself there. Same with the 4. It's all kind of in one motion like that. The 6 as well. And then that kind of logo, part of the RPM logo, which is right here. I mean, just a really great design in my opinion. Really cool. And the colors look really nice together. And I really do like the rims that they're actually correct. Because I believe in the China version, I think the China version actually had correct rims for Winford. I think it was one of the few cars that had a correct kind of correct rim color for Piston Cup cars. Roof there, 64. And what I mean by that is that a lot of cars that were released for China, they were in the movie, they had two-tone, kind of something like this, where they had a color in their trim. But when China released them, they had just one color. And Winford, I think, was one of the few that they actually did correctly with the trim. They have updated some of them later on, I think, but for the most part, they were released kind of incorrectly. You can see the back, nighttime backfire suppressant again. A little orange stripe there on the bottom with a nice blue spoiler, blue back for the most part there. RPM, of course. Some nice taillights. On the deck lid there, you've got RPM. Then you go to this side, and you can see this same design, which looks really, really cool. Over here. I mean, yeah, RPM, a classic release, classic design, classic scheme, and it looks pretty cool. I do like it. And I will compare him here to Bruce Miller, because Bruce Miller, the Cars 3, of course, RPM racer, has a very similar design. The logo, you can see, is basically the same. They just reverse the way the wind is blowing from. And the font for the number is basically the same, or it is the same. They have updated the design a little bit, but it's still the same thing, right? You could tell. You could take off the logos off of it, take all the numbers off of it. You could tell this is the same kind of company. The designs are still decently similar. Got orange rims there, which is pretty cool. But again, you can tell that the designs very similar. They did get rid of the nighttime backfire suppressant text. It's nowhere on the car, but for the most part, you know, the design is very similar, and they look really cool together. But then you bring out Barry DePedal, the next gen racer, and well, I mean, it's gone in a completely different direction, right? The yellow is lost, the main color is now blue, and you've got some orange. But other than that, I mean, there's almost nothing here. I will say I don't exactly like the RPM or next gen design. I do appreciate that the font is still somewhat similar, kind of in the way the 6 kind of bends over itself, and you've got the tail sticking out there. But I guess the best way to look at it here is on the roof. But the no yellow, and I don't know. I just don't really like the next gen design. Definitely do like Winford here and Bruce though. But Barry was first released in the 4-pack, next gen 4-pack. I believe this one is from that 4-pack. He's been re-released since, but yeah, some of next gens look really nice. Barry DePedal, unfortunately, is not at the top for me. But Bruce and Winford here do look really, really nice together. And of course, like I mentioned at the top of the show, top of the video, start of the video, Winford did have quite a pit crew released for him. Had a hauler and a crew chief. So here's the RPM hauler released. I would assume, I think 2008, 2009, I forget, but you know, around that time. Nice. You know, I do like the side there. Looks really cool. Don't believe he's been re-released since, but it's pretty cool hauler. And of course, he's got a crew chief here. I don't believe the crew chief has a name, but one of those standard kind of models for the crew chief. And also, of course, got to screw the tire across, but here's the tire. And I do appreciate that they actually got it right there. And then you've got the toolbox, and of course, the Pity himself. He actually did have a name, Petrol Pulaski, I believe. Petrol Pulaski is his name. So yeah, he's got quite a team, which is pretty cool. And while we're on the topic here, Winford and Petrol both have bios in Meet the Cars book, which I think is just so cool because, I mean, a Pity having a bio is pretty cool. So I'll read Winford's bio here first. Here it is. An Ivy League school may seem like an unlikely place to get started in the racing world. Only a couple of years ago, Winford Bradford Rutherford was grilled deep in physics books learning about momentum and velocity, and anything else that would give him an edge on the track. His doctor and lawyer friends at the country club thought he was crazy, but the studying paid off. Winford is now a highly respected Piston Cup racer. He uses his vast knowledge of physics to cheat the wind and outmaneuver the fellow racers, who affectionately call him the professors. That is a fantastic, that is a top-tier bio, in my opinion, for Winford there. And speaking of the name Winford Bradford Rutherford, I think someone is having a little fun with that name. I don't believe it's based on any producer or employee at Pixar. I think someone's just having a lot of fun with that name. But well, that's a fantastic. That's probably the best Piston Cup bios I've seen. That is a fantastic bio. And Petrol also has a bio. The Pity here, the crew chief, as far as I know, doesn't even have a name or a bio, of course. But Petrol's bio here is Petrol Pulaski used to ride with the 8th Street carburetors until police vehicles picked him up after a downtown street brawl. Since being placed in a rehab program that eventually led him to his first assignment trackside, Petrol has become a role model for ex-gang forklifts everywhere. So, quite a bit of a darker bio, actually, than the Winford one, who was just an Ivy League student. But interesting. I really love these bios for for the Cars One stuff. A lot of background characters got bios, and for Cars 3, unfortunately, didn't really come back. There's a couple that got bios, but for the most part, they didn't get any bios. But for Cars 1, a lot of the racers got bios, which is so cool. And you can see there why it was so cool, and a lot of the team members as well. But there is Team RPM, one of the bigger teams, of course. So RPM, No Stall, and Leakless are kind of the three main racers for their body styles. Of course, this is kind of RPM's body style here. Leakless, the longer one, and No Stall, the kind of middle one, I guess. But they're kind of the main three racers for their body styles, and all three have Pities, crew chiefs, and haulers. And I'm kind of shocked, or not shocked, but interested that Mattel never did an RPM kind of team set. They did a team set for Leakless. Didn't do a team set for No Stall, but they did a team set for Nitrate. But I'm interested that they kind of intrigued that they never did a team set for RPM. But anyways, I'll put up a picture of where RPM or Winford appeared in the movie. Of course, I guess he's best known for being hit by Chick Hicks to start the crash. He was running fourth, right? So he was having a good race, but I guess he got a decent bit of screen time there. But yeah, he's a really, he's a decent Piston Cup racer. He's definitely probably in my top half. I like the design. And yeah, I don't really have much bad to say about it. And the Thailand variant here doesn't look that bad. The eyes are a little strange, but other than that, it's a decently done Thailand variant, Thailand release. Certainly not as bad as the Lee Revkins one. So I know props to Thailand here. I like the release. I think it's pretty cool Thailand variant. So yeah, I mean, you see Billy Oil Changer there in the background. He's going to get a review as well, the Thailand variant review. And I'll probably do a couple more Piston Cup racers throughout the year just because there isn't that much interesting stuff being released this year. So to fill in some of the gaps, a video every week, right? So got to do some interesting stuff. And I think a couple more Piston Cup racers will be spotted throughout. Maybe some from last year. We'll see. But enough talking. Winford, definitely a pretty cool release. And again, no bad things said to Thailand this time. But about their job on Diecast. But let me know if you've picked up Winford as a Thailand variant. If you have, what do you think? And yeah, just let me know what you think of Winford in general down in the comments below. But that will be all for me for this video. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.